Hi lovely, so welcome back to the channel. So I'm very excited to share this beautiful tutorial with you guys. This is a simple pencil skirt with a pleat at the back. So if this tutorial is something you're interested in watching, just keep watching the video to the end. And if it's your first time you're coming across my channel or any of my videos, you're very much welcome. And please do it to subscribe and join this beautiful family, and also turn your notification bell so you get notified whenever we upload new videos. And if you found this tutorial helpful, do not forget to share this video with your friends and also give this video a thumbs up. Thank you so much for stopping by. Thank you. So welcome back. So guys, this is the fabric we are going to be using. So I've gone ahead to cut out two pieces of this fabric we are going to be using for this tutorial. So one piece will be for the front and the other piece will be for the back, part of this skirt. So I'll go ahead and drop out one of the piece that we're going to be using for the back, and we are going to be starting with the front piece. Now this is the piece I'm going to be using for the front, as you can see, and this particular piece is folded into two. So we are cutting the front part first. We have gone ahead to fold our fabric into two, as you can see right here. You can see it is folded into two, and this part is the part that has the folded edge. Now the first thing I'm going to be doing is to be drawing a straight line at the top of my fabric. So that line I'm drawing right there will be serving as my starting point and also my waistline. So I'll just use my chalk and my marker to draw it out. So now the first thing I'm going to be doing is to be placing my tape. Now this is how I'm going to be placing my tape. I'll go ahead and minus inches for my waistband. So I'm minusing 2 inches for my waistband, as you can see. Then I'll go ahead and mark my hip depth. My hip depth is 8 inches. Now I also go ahead and mark the full length of my skirt. The full length of my skirt is 20 inches. So I mark 20 inches for the full length of my skirt. So I'll just go ahead and mark it straight because we are going to be cutting that down part off. So this is the full length of my skirt, and this here is my hip line. Now the next thing you are going to be doing is to divide your waist circumference by 4. Whatever your waist is, go ahead and divide it by 4, and whatever you have, go ahead and insert it at your waistline. Now I want to add my sewing allowance. And on this sewing allowance, I'm going to be using 1 inches, and I'm also going to be adding 1 inches for my dart intake at that waist part. So total allowance I add at the waist is 2 inches for that and sewing. Now on the hip line, go ahead and divide your hip circumference by 4 and go ahead and insert whatever you have there. Then on that hip line, you're going to be adding 1 inches for your sewing allowance, depending on the allowance you are working with. Now I'll be placing my tape on that hip line, and I'll be checking the total inches I have there. So whatever I have there is what I'm going to be placing on the full length of my skirt first. Whatever I have on my hip, I'll go ahead and place it on the full length of my skirt. Now I'll be using my ruler, my hip cup ruler, to connect my hip to my waistline with that hip curve. Now for the down part, I'll just go ahead and use my straight ruler to connect from the hip to the full length of my skirt. So this is what it's looking like. Now I don't want that down part to be this wide. I want to shape it in to give it that pencil effect. So from that measurement that I mark, I'll be going in by 1.5 inches. Watch what I did. I went in by 1.5 inches. Then I'll go ahead and connect it to my hip line. Now I've shaping the full length, that is the hem of my skirt. I've given it this pencil effect because I don't want it to be wide. I want it to have a pencil effect, and this is what I have. Now I want to take in my dart. I want to show you guys how to take in your dart. So what you're going to be doing is to divide your bust span by 2. That is your nipple to nipple measurement by 2. And when you divide it, go ahead and add half inches to it. So mine was 7. I divided by 2, and I have 3.5, and I added half into it, making it 4 inches. So what I marked there was 4 inches. So at that my dart leg, I'll be taking 1/2 inches at both sides of my dart. Don't mind how I place my tape. What I took there was 1/2 inches at both sides of that line. At both sides, that is at that center line, at the both side, I took 1/2 inches. Now for my hip line, I'll be coming up by 2 inches. That is where my dart is going to be stopping. So I'll now go ahead and connect it to form my dart intake. So this is what it's looking like, as you can see. So we are really done with this front part of this skirt. So we'll just go ahead and cut it out. And if you see how I'm cutting out, I left a space, that is the folding allowance for the down part of this particular skirt. Now this is all for our front parts of the skirt. So we'll go ahead and bring in the other piece of the fabric, and we'll be folding it into 2 as well. As you can see, you go ahead and fold it into 2. See, the fabric is folded into 2. Now the next thing you need to do is to go ahead and place your front piece on this new part that you have draft out. So we are going to be using the front to cut the back. Please don't mind how I turn the part that has the chalk, because I don't have another way I'm going to be placing these. I didn't really check when I was doing this, so I just went ahead and just placed it. I even forgot I was shooting tutorial video. So what I went ahead to do is to shape out the same length that I have for the front part to the back part, and also the same shape I have at the side of the front part. I shape it into this new fabric that I introduced for the back part. So I'm having the same length and the same shape that I have for the front for the back. Now we are having excess right here. That part will be serving as our center front, as our center back, I mean to say, as our center back. So that is where we'll be adding our zipper allowance and any other thing we are going to be needing for this particular skirt. So I'll go ahead and measure what is the wideness. So I'm having 5 inches there, as you can see. So this 5 inches is totally optional. If you have much fabric than mine, you can make yours 10 or even 15, depending on how full you want your pleat to be. Now at the waistline, I'll go ahead and mark 1 inches for my zipper allowance, and I will take that 1 inches down to the hip line and also down to somewhere around the upper nail line, depending on where your skirt end goes. Then I will be connecting that dotted line together. So that dotted line is our new zipper allowance. It's our new zipper allowance. So you can see how I connected it. So I'm just going to be drawing it. Now from the full length of the skirt, I'll go ahead and determine where my pleat is going to fall. So I went up by 10 inches. As you can see, I'm marking 10 inches there. So that is where my pleat, or your opening, that is the opening at the back of your dress, is going to stop. So I'll just go ahead and extend that line. Now what I'm going to be doing is just go ahead and cut it out like this. So this part is very easy. So just go ahead and cut it out like this. So guys, see what it's looking like right now. And if you notice, that part that we have our excess is the back part, and is unfold, is not open, is closed. So this is what we are going to be using for our pleat. Then this is what both the back and the front is looking like right now. So guys, you can see I went ahead to turn that part that there is chalk right now, and you saw how it falls in. So we are going to be stitching, we are going to be closing that zipper allowance. So we are going to be closing the zipper allowance. So I just want to extend that line down to the full length of this skirt. I'm going to be extend the line down to the full length of the skirt. So from the upper part to that part that my zipper allowance is going to be, my zip is going to be, I'm going to be using a loose stitch. Then from there to this part, this center part, I'll be using a tight stitch, and from the other part I'll be using a loose stitch as well. Now from this part, I will not be sewing the other part. Look at what I'm saying. Here will be a tight stitch. From here to here will be a loose stitch. Then you can see that this part is not open, but in case if yours is open, go ahead and sew it down. So guys, I've gone ahead to put the necessary stitches that I want. As you can see, I've stitched it down, I've hold this down. So now it's time for us to start working on the pleats. Now I'll go ahead and measure whatever I have there, and I'll be dividing whatever I have there by 4. So what I have when I measured that was 5, and I went ahead and divided by 4. I was having 1.25. So I'll go ahead and mark 1.25 from that line all through to that extra space that we have, which is going to be serving as our slits and our pleated allowance. Now I'll go ahead and use my ruler and extend those lines to the full length of the skirt. And you can see that we are having 4 different lines there. So these lines are really going to help us out. Now the next thing I'm going to be doing is to run a loose stitch on those lines, so that stitch I'm running a loose stitch so that I can be able to lose it later on. So guys, I'm done running a loose stitch on it. As you can see, it's looking so nice. Then I'll go ahead and open it up. You can see what it's looking like. All the 4 lines have a loose stitch. Now the next thing we are going to do is to go ahead and iron it out. You can go ahead and iron this part, or you can just decide to work with it like that. But for mine, I wanted a very nice result, so I ironed that center part that I stitched down so that it will be firm. Now the next thing you are going to be doing, please, this part here, please pay attention. I'm begging you, pay attention. So you are going to be opening up those space in between the stitch. As you see me doing, go ahead and open up those space between the stitch. You make sure that that stitch line will be at the center of that your allowance. The thread will be matching the other thread at the center. I don't know if you guys understand what I'm trying to explain, but just watch at what I'm doing. Just go ahead and open it up like this. And when you open it like that, you are going to be ironing it. So guys, I sprinkle water to mine because I do not have a steam iron. Please, if you have a steam iron, you don't need to pour water on your fabric before ironing. It's because I don't have a steam iron and I need this water because it's going to help my clothes to sit perfectly the way I want it to be. So I'll just go ahead and keep repeating the same process to all of them. I'll just go ahead and repeat the same process to all of them, as you can see. So I'll be opening it up. So I'll open this one. So once I'm satisfied with what I have, I'll go ahead and open the next one. So this is one of the most difficult parts in this skirt. The cutting doesn't have an issue. Is when you are trying to form the pleat, that is where there's an issue. Now this is the second one I'm trying to open up, as you can see. So this is the second one I'm trying to open and iron, and I also make sure that I repeat the same standard I did for the first one to this one, making sure that those loose stitch I gave to each of them will be aligned to that of the skirt. That is the thread, the allowance of that of the skirt. Make sure that it aligns with that of the skirt. So you go ahead and sprinkle your water and keep ironing. So guys, at this point, if you have not yet joined my channel membership, so you can also do it to join my channel membership. You'll be forced to get most of the updates on the tutorials that we are uploading, and that is a way of supporting this channel as well. You can just join my channel membership and support this channel in your own way. And also, if you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please go ahead and do that. And if you found this video helpful, please do not forget to share and also drop a thumbs up and a comment. It will go a long way to support my channel. So guys, you can see what I'm doing. I'm still pleating each of those boxes. That is, each of the space between the lines is what I'm opening it up, and I'll sprinkle my water and I will iron it down. For those that doesn't have steam iron like me, please make sure you use water to do it. It will help it to sit very well. Now I'll go ahead and open up the last one, that is the center one, and I will sprinkle water as well, and I will give it a very nice press. And please make sure that you open it very well, and make sure that the center of that part aligns with that center thread also. Please iron very well. You can see the smoke that is coming from it, showing is that water that is causing this effect, and the water has gone a long way to help me to achieve this particular thing that I'm doing right now. So I'll just go ahead and use my iron and keep touching it down and make sure that everything stays in place and is very, very firm. That's what I'm trying to do. Now I'll go ahead and turn it over. I want to also give this part a very nice press as well. So I'll just go ahead and put my iron there and keep pressing it. So it's looking very nice as well. Now the next thing I'm going to be doing is to stitch down that part. So I'll go ahead and stitch here down and stitch that part. So I'll bring it closer for you to see. Just go ahead and stitch there and stitch the other part. So guys, I'm done stitching it down. This is what it looks like. You can see what it's looking like. And I've also gone ahead to lose all those loose thread. I've gone ahead to lose all the thread, even that one I saw at the center, and see what is giving us. You can see that the pleats came out so beautiful and nice. More, I just love the outcome. It's so nice and so beautiful as well. So now the next thing I'm going to be doing is to form my dart intake. I'm going to be taking my dart right now. I've done that for the front piece already, so I'll go ahead and do it for the back piece as well. So guys, I'm done taking the dart, and this is what it's looking like, and it's looking so nice. Now it's now time for us to join the two pieces, the front and the back, together. We want to join the sides. So I'll just go ahead and join the sides of these two skirts with my sewing allowance. So guys, this is what it's looking like. I've joined the sides and it's looking so nice and beautiful already. Now it's for me to also go ahead and lose the loose thread that I have on this part, on that zipper part. I've lost it. Now we are going to be cutting the piece for our waistband. So this is what our waistband is looking like. Now for you to determine the length of your waistband, go ahead and measure your waist circumference of the skirt that you have already sewn. So go ahead and measure round the waist circumference, including the zipper allowance. So what I have here is 32 inches. My waist is 30 and I'm making use of 32 inches. There 1 inch for the both sewing allowance, and I'm having exactly what I want. Then for the width of my waistband, I'm having 2.5 inches. Half inches is what I'm going to be using to join the waistband to the main skirt, and then 2 inches is the actual width of the waistband. So guys, I'm done joining it. As you can see, our skirt is almost ready. Let me just say it's 90% ready. Now the next thing for us to go ahead and do is the zip. Please do not mind the color of the zip I'm using. That was the closest color I could find for this particular fabric. So this is the zip I'm going to be using. After using our zip, you can now go ahead and hem the down of your fabric, or you can go ahead and lock it first before hemming it down. So guys, this is what our skirt is looking like. Trust me, this skirt came out so beautiful and nice. If this tutorial was something that you find helpful and you enjoy it, please do not forget to give this video a thumbs up. Please give this video a thumbs up. Also leave a comment at the comment box, and do not forget to share the video as well. Thank you so much for watching, and see you now.